Archaeologists are digging and uncovering a hail and physically breaking a hail that was paid with full money by the people who tried to rest in peace. After a while, the archaeologists gave back the bones, and the bones were reburied by a funeral ceremony by thousands of people in Jerusalem. This picture is Ashkelon. Archaeologists are digging the graves by a personal command from Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. As you see in the pictures, bones are being broken into pieces and are being cleaned off by the archaeologists. Archaeologist is proud to show his vandalism and the empty graves, and is proud with his act. A skull is being broken into pieces by the archaeologist. All of those bones were given back to the funeral service, but it was not being buried yet. This picture is Nazareth. The police surrounded the entire town of Nazareth in order to block people to come in. As you see this picture, the archaeologists are digging a very short time in a one-day act, and when they gave up because of the demonstrations and the praying with the talis and tefillin of those people in the town of the Arab town of Nazareth, they decided to explode the hails. As you see how brutally the Jewish people are being arrested, those people did not do anything to this police. They only prayed, and they even didn't reach the place of the archaeologists. 42 people were arrested into a single van, which called a pasta, which is a transfer truck for arrest people. 42 people in a van that could not take more than 20 people. When the people did not fit, they closed the doors by force and even gave them a good portion of spray, of peppermint spray inside. This picture is Jaffa. As you see, people are praying and people are trying to collect the bones which were spread all over the property in Jaffa. This project is a project of RFR company, a real estate company, that is trying to build a fancy hotel in a value of $60 million. As you see, people are praying. Rabbi Meir Heller, which was arrested later, is praying to God that they should not be able to disturb the graves. As you see, Rabbi Weiss and all the other people are holding signs which is really being read, robbers, keep away your hands off the cemetery. And this is how the people are being treated. Those people did not do anything to this police and were only praying and standing silent, nice, and trying to ask God and to pray to God He should help them. This is how the people are being arrested in Jaffa. This picture is inside the court, not really the court, this is the police station, which all of them are with one statement crying out, we do not believe in the state of Israel. The Israel government has nothing to do with Judaism and with Jewish law. This is a picture how the thousands of people are praying for the peace of the dead. The sign that you just saw, this is a sign that it says 2,000 years on there, all nations, the dead people were in peace. Only by the state of Israel, the people who have been arrested for so long are being disturbed. As you saw that picture, the officer announced 2-3 minutes, you have to leave the place, you cannot pray here. If you don't, we're going to show you and we're going to take care of you the way we like. And this is how they're taking care. This person that you see in the picture, Rabbi Leib Deutsch, needed at the end of this action 18 stitches on his face plus a cast on his hand, were arrested after the medical treatment. He was arrested for 3 days and not being given any kosher food, and the only way he survived was by water of the sink. It's interesting if anyone has seen such a pictures since the Second World War. I don't think there's anywhere in the world you could have such a movies unless you were to try to think this is a fake one. But otherwise, we all know that it happens in the state of Israel, who hate the Orthodox Jews, and this is what happens. That person still doesn't care to be arrested. The only thing he asked, keep away your hands from the cemetery. Here we see Rabbi Sternbuch. Rabbi Moshe Sternbuch is one of the biggest rabbis in the Eda Haredit, who was sprayed with peppermint gas into his eyes. And here we see the gloves. This is perfect gloves. And such a hot days when you try to keep away people from praying by punching them in the face with the gloves, which is being called, I think, punching nails gloves, fighting gloves. Oh, there's another one, beautiful treatment for a peaceful prayer. This person probably was lucky with a little bandage end up his problem. And as we see, more than 40 people were injured. When the people are trying to run away, people are trying to keep away from the police and go away after they got so wild. They are still trying to take another position in a couple other streets and daven again, grouping again themselves in the main road of the city of Jaffa, and picking up the signs, robbers, keep away your hands off the cemeteries. This person is screaming out and it says, this is my ancestors' graves. Whoever sees that his grandfather's grave is being disturbed and destroyed, of course it's going to hurt him, and of course it's not going to do anything else, and even more than you see, more than praying, and maybe doing stronger action to keep away that people who destroyed the grave of your grandfather. This is the car of Rabbi Toifi Weiss. He's arriving, which is the Grand Rabbi of the Orthodox in Jerusalem, arriving in the place. Okay, another action, beautiful, nice action in 2010. Chatzov means a person which is terrible, acting like a Nazi and taking off his ID number of his shirt. So we could understand that there is another one responsible, the chief of the police or somebody else that sent them to do that kind of action. 12 people trying to beat up a prayer, and this is what he ends up with. Broken bones and a teared face, and also fainting, and probably more than fainting. Later on he went to the hospital for longer treatment. Rabbi Weissfish has been hurt badly. Another injured person. And this is how the ambulances are taking care of the injured people. As we see here, more fainted people on the ground, more people with blood stains all around, and even the elderly people being injured and being taken care of by the ambulance service. And I think it's enough. Those pictures are only maybe a little sample from the whole story that happened